What's up, everybody? It's Carpo. I was just watching all these geese fly by. A whole lot of them. And a whole flock of them. They were flocking, flying. No, they were, I don't know, it just really brings to mind that life goes on around us in our little worlds that we create here on Earth. That no matter how crazy and frustrated and intense life might get, there's always nature doing its thing, going on in the background, but really it's not the background at all. It's the foreground. It's just that we see it that way. We push all nature to the back of our minds, and we live in the cities or whatever. And of course, this is only my perspective because I live near the city. There are plenty of people who live out in the country and who can really appreciate living out in the country and really being in touch with nature and what nature is. And today at work I was thinking about a lot of different ideas about politics and stuff, and this image that we create that the world is just so horrible. And not all of us do this. When I say we, I guess I just mean people in general. That people tend to focus on the negatives and stuff. I was listening to Max Egan actually to kind of give an example of where I'm coming from here. He was talking about names and how we aren't our names. We are, spiritual beings or whatever, and that our names are just given to us as a label, and that we don't have to go by our names. So I made a comment saying, well, I agree with you to an extent, but it's kind of silly attacking names, because names are what we use, and the name is how you call one another. We formed language in order to do this. And another person commented back saying, I think he was trying to say that maybe I didn't understand that that I'm not my name, that my name doesn't make, he said, does your name define who you are? And I said, of course not. Of course not. But I still appreciate the fact that we have names, see? And the point I'm getting at here is that we see something that we don't fully need or understand. Let's say, how do I rephrase this? We see a situation at hand that's something we've been fooled or lied to, and we kind of carry that on to everything else, as if basically we're trying to discard everything, saying, wait, no, this is wrong, everything's wrong, no, and then we get to the point where we say, no, we don't even need names. It's like, wait a minute, take a step back, look at this for what it is. We don't need to fight against some of the things in society that are just part of who we are. And sometimes I feel like everyone's in a battle to try to conquer some unconquerable thing. Something that doesn't need to be conquered or cannot be conquered, such as the use of names. That's why I use that example. We're always going to use names. So why would you give any time at all to trying to change that? And the way it ties into is the story behind the federal government and how our names are used in capital letters in order to basically enslave us, as they say. And you're buying into the matrix, as they say. And the whole thing is that, whatever the government is doing with your name is completely separate from what you do with your name. Your name is a call sign. It's something that people recognize you. So why are we even giving this any time? Why am I giving so much thought to this idea of names? It's because it's one thing that a lot of people seem to be trying to get rid of, but not having any solution. As in, what do we do instead of calling each other by names? It's kind of a silly idea, and I'm kind of using it as kind of a metaphor, but a metaphor for all these things that we're trying to change in the world that don't need to be changed, or because we're so caught up in all the craziness and we're missing out on the natural order of things, and things are going so fast around us, and it seems like we're just never going to make it out. There's days when I'm totally clear-headed and focused and everything seems just so right. And there's days when I wake up and I'm like, how do we do this? You know, how do we do this as humans? How do we get through this? But we do. We make it. And we make it through, there's a lot of adversity and animosity, and there's a lot of pain and suffering, but there's also a lot of happiness and goodness. And but we tend to focus on the negative more. And I just see a lot of energy being wasted. So that's what I got to say about that. So namaste, everybody. I'm going to finish this up in a part 2 video because I wanted to talk about something in particular, prophecy, something that's been on my mind. So peace out, everybody.